Good morning, everyone. Finally, we are into November, and wouldn't you guys know it? Our sunflowers are finally ready. So I told you in the last episode that we were going to do a bit of chores and whatnot, a little cleaning up, a little repairing of the equipment. But with the sunflowers ready, we also have that in mind. So there you go. There's some sunflowers right here ready to go. We'll put the combine right to them. We've got the combine back. We got the header back. The ugly looking header that does not match, but it does the job well. So we're going to let the combine do its thing. We have more important fish to fry while we wait for the sunflowers to finish off. And what are we talking about? Well, we got some wheat to plant. But you guys will remember I pretty well ran out here with the last time I planted barley. Yeah, my barley is actually starting to grow. That's rather cool. But we should probably fill up all of the seeds and fertilizer before we get going too far. So I have a plan in place. Let me show you what I got cooking. Now the plan here is buy 4 totes of seeds, 4 totes of fertilizer. And now, because my poor Model M keeps sliding around and making it very hard to load up skids and whatnot, I decided to go in an interesting direction. I gotta say, old-fashioned skid steer. I know it's Massey Ferguson, it's not exactly a case or an international, but that being said, I do think that this fits in well with the farm, seeing as it's pretty old, it's pretty rinky-dinky looking, and you even get the option of throwing extra weights on the back so that you don't, flip over when you're lifting up heavy weights. And I think this thing should do us pretty well. So why don't we give this a try? Now I'm gonna try first with no weights, just so I can get an appreciation for what the weights actually do for us. We'll just lower that down. And let's see, we got about 1,000 here. This forks pretty well. Yeah, you can see they're kind of bobbing a little bit. Not too bad. Nothing we haven't worked with before. So not terrible. But I'm sure with the extra weights we could probably double stack, and that would help us out immensely. There we go, right on the hitch. That's wonderful, and I think this will make a great loading tool, all things considered. So I'm just waiting for my Super M to bring the trailer over here, and we will commence with the loading. So I've been operating this for just a little bit now, and I gotta say, it's actually quite versatile. This little unit is really good at making tight turns. It pivots really well, so it's very useful for loading, quite honestly. Quite thrilled with the performance of it in general. Am I doing a perfect job? Probably not. But is this going beyond my expectations? Absolutely. So there you go, see? That's actually not even bad. And just the way, you can whip around and just make really, really tight circles. It's actually really, really nice. And the inside view too, if you prefer to do that first person, it's got a great inside view. Like, you can see your forks really well. Oh. Scoop up. You see that? Just like that. It's actually really good. I like it. I really do. And yes, it can handle these double crates really, really well. Quite impressed with my purchase, I have to say. I don't think that this thing's gonna let me down unless it's gonna have some magical bug that I haven't experienced yet. But so far so good. I've got the fertilizer all loaded up, I got the seeds all loaded up, and even got the little skid steer loaded up. Sure didn't leave a lot of room now, did it? Those back tires are pretty precariously close to the edge there. But we got her strapped in there. We should be good to roll. I even turned on the strobe light just for extra protection. So we need to go and haul this entire thing back and see if we can get this back to the yard so we can start with that planting. And my goodness, it is heavy. I've never seen the M struggle like this before. It's actually kind of funny. Oh boy. Gosh, it's getting a roll now. Just can't make any sharp turns, it seems. What I find really amusing is how, depending on where we move against the seed drill here, it'll open different flaps. So I'm obviously operating the M, I'm not operating the 970, and yet the flaps are opening and this tractor's not even running. So it's just kind of amusing altogether. But look at that, there we go. Everything is filled up. We can set Mark Zuckerberg to work and let him get to seeding. And then we're just going to scooch this guy a wee bit over here so that we're not in his way. Meanwhile, it looks like our combine finished with the sunflowers. May as well empty that out, and we can bring that over to our bin yard as well. I'm sure the sunflowers will be good for something. Not quite sure if we can feed it to any of the animals or not, but we're definitely going to try. And if you look, there's actually quite tall grass too. So that might be an order of business for me one of these days. To see if I can't mow down the grass and get some more silage and hay made. But there we are. Combine is all done. Very, very short combining episode, I have to say. But don't worry, we got more going on. We can't just combine 4 rows of sunflower and just call that it. That's atrocious. Another purpose that this skid steer is going to be really good for is collecting all these eggs. And you know how we've struggled with the tractor to scoop up these eggs. It's always a bit of a chore. So I think, yeah, see, that should make it very, very easy. And if I would have been smart, I would have grabbed the wagon, because now I gotta cruise all the way out there to go get them. Honestly, we just need to get ourselves a pickup truck or something to go and haul these eggs away. They don't make that much. But it is kind of fun to have eggs so that we can sell it a little bit here and there. And the other thing I noticed is that our honey factory does not seem to be functioning the way it should. Like, I've tried seeing what the proper way to operate it, and I cannot figure it out for the life of me. So I have this funny feeling that I'm going to demolish that building because it's not doing us any good. So yeah, why don't we do that right away while we're thinking of it. Let's go into our landscape / construction mode, and let's go to demolish. And this building right here we want to demolish. Thank you. Because you can see there's only ever been one skid of honey, and it should not be that little. That's absolutely unacceptable. But what do you do? What do you do? We just finished putting all the sunflower into our bin, so I think that means I can start this thing up. Just lift the auger up and back it away ever so slightly. There we are, and we can close that hopper. There wasn't a lot, but it's enough for us to put it away and save it. So that means we got sunflower, we got soybeans, and we got corn. Perfect. Well, 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 wouldn't you know it? I was just looking at the store, and what did I happen to see? Another one of these trailers. Now obviously this one's got a fair bit of hours on it. Well, we can take it into the shop and do a little repairs to it. But yeah, small flat deck auto load trailer. Now this thing could come in real handy. I wonder if we should buy it and maybe put a dump box on it. I think that could be really good for us, because this is the exact same thing as the flat deck that we currently have. But if you look, we can put a tipper body on it, which is good for 24.5 metric or cubic meters, sorry. And you can see she's a little scuffed up, she's a little old, but that just seems to match what we are doing anyway. And you can add some big old wheels to it, some 17-inch, make it a little beefier. Add that toolbox to the front. Look at that. How is that? Doesn't that look pretty good? We would definitely up our transportation. Question is, would we have a grain door? Probably not. It's rather interesting. Of course, we would like to have the hitch in the back. Add a cover. Do we throw a bit of an old red on there? What would that look like? Oh no. You know what? I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I'd rather go for like a really dull black. Should we do it? I like how we just right away added options everywhere and it just bumped up in price immediately. I don't know. Maybe that's asking a bit much. We'll leave it for now. We will leave it. But what I did want to do, I wanted to see if we could get a bigger cultivator now that we have that 80 horse tractor. Because, you know, with bigger tractor means more power. And I don't think I'll use any of these because I know they're high horsepower requirements. And this is the one we have right now, 4 meters using 50 horse. And then we have a 5 meter using 70 horse. So 5 meter would get us a little more and requires 70 horse. And then we also have this 4 meter, which requires 70 horse. And we have one with a roller on it, also 4 meter. Then we have a Massey Ferguson 5 meter, which is also good for 88 horse. Should work. But somehow, I'm wondering if this is not the proper thing to use. Or does one go with something with the wings on it and get 1 meter more out of it? Kind of hard to say. With a heavy harrow, you got a middle harrow, a light harrow. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. Obviously we can change colors and whatnot. Like I am kind of tempted just to grab the one with the roller, but I know it requires 100 horse, so that might be out of the question. Then you have the 5 meter with 88 horse. Like that one there is the most tempting, because, you know, compared to our 4 meter here, I would love to have this Massey, and I know it folds in the middle, so it would tidy up real nice. And if we could paint it like a Hardy, you know, nice old dull color, and I don't know, get some shiny new tines on her. How does that look? She's about 6,500 bucks. Should we do it and try it and just go for it? I feel like I want to. 6,500 bucks. Let's do it. I got a good feeling about this one. And then watch me burn myself. I did say that this episode was going to be about maintenance too, didn't I? And instead we're just planting and whatnot. But speaking of maintenance, I just had an epiphany of sorts. So let's drop that fork there. We don't need that. And let's go to the shop because I need to show you guys something. Here we are. Alright, come on, just chill. Alright, so if we open up our shop, we can repair, right? But then we can also customize it. And the thing that I saw was skid steer loader configuration, as well as front loader configuration. Now skid steer will obviously give you skid steer attach, but front loader gives you tractor loader attachments. We already have a fork and a bucket. Why would I get a skid steer fork? That makes no sense. For $100, I will sure take it. There we go. Now, moment of truth. Let's try it out. We do have our tractor attachments in our shop. I don't know why I'm wiggling this much, but I am. So yes, let's try this out. Let's see if we can grab the tractor bucket. We should be able to at this point. Oh, that's a big old jump. Yeah, there's our bucket from our tractor. There you go. See that? Isn't that awesome? Now we don't need to get a skid steer specific bucket. We can just get one that fits for our tractors and less waste. That is what I'm all about. I love having less waste. I use the 560 to haul the cultivator home, and I'm just ripping over my neighbor's field right now just to kind of get a feel for how heavy this cultivator is. And I know it is really geared for about 90 horsepower, so my tractor is definitely underpowered, but it also appears to be underweight, because that steering is rather loosey-goosey, as you can tell. Like, half the time the tires are barely touching, and this is with it all folded up. You can imagine how heavy it would be once you actually folded those wings down. As you can see, those, even when I go here, you see the wheels, they lift off the ground a fair bit. But we're going to give it a try anyway, just for curiosity's sake. We're going to try and see if this thing can actually cultivate with this. We're not expecting much, but give it the old try, just to see. We'll get lined up here and see what happens. Obviously, when you're going slower, you obviously don't bounce around as much either, right? But yeah, that's a good wide spread for this tractor. And I have my suspicions that it's going to be a bit rough going, but maybe once it's in the ground, it won't be too bad. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, it's it's a little rough going at first, but it seems to adapt. Alright, that's on to work. Not bad, actually, all things considered. Yes, it is terribly heavy, and we're going to see when they start rounding the corner if AI knows how to deal with the lack of steering or not. But so far, not bad. 16 and 15. If this is indeed the case, then what I might end up doing is selling the old International 45 cultivator and then just buy 2 of these. You can get the 2 big tractors to do some cultivating. That would actually be really good. Let me see. Lift up. And I don't know where Madame is going, but she seems to want to make a wide swath. Okay. Yeah, she's struggling a little bit to keep the steering under control, but it's not bad. Not too bad at all. As promised, I am going to go into my inventory here, and the International is getting sold. It's not even been used that long, but we know that one had a lot of problems. It struggled a lot because of our guys backing up all the time with it. Oh yeah, while we're at it, let's also sell that skid steer forks, because we don't need those. There we are. And then let's go see if we can get another one of those cultivators, because those were actually really nice. There's your 3 meter, 5 meter, and 120 meter. I'm kind of tempted to try this, but because it's got a harrow, I think it'll make the ground look different, and I don't know if we really want to do that right now. I think we just stick to the plan, and yeah, let's just buy another one of these. I think that's probably best. Alright, there we go. Got us a second cultivator. Oh, and this buddy is all done. We are not doing any more plantings, or the rest of that is for next year. Just went and picked up the other cultivator, and I gotta say, this must be one heck of a sturdy cultivator, made out of some of the finest and heaviest metals, because even this tractor is hopping along pretty good. It's not quite as light as the 560, but every once in a while you see those front wheels lift off a little bit. There you go, see? That's a prime example right there. But hey, we're getting the job done, and that's the important part. We gotta try this thing on the cultivator, see how well it does. And now, just because we can, and because it's a new tractor that we haven't experienced it before with, we gotta see how this thing cultivates. Actually, hold on. Let's see if we can go faster in this tractor. Right about there. 1, 2, 3, and go. Oh, the timing on that was fantastic. Alright, let's see who gets the end first. 560 seems to be doing really good. It's pulling ahead. But we just popped another gear. Oh my goodness, the 560 is actually going to embarrass me, isn't it? That is funny. One miss shift and suddenly that 560 is looking like a champ. That is hilarious. Well, there you go. Can't win them all, can you? But hey, whatever it takes. We got 2 tractors cultivating, and that is awesome. I love the look of that. I actually want to see it from the 560's perspective, just because I think it's funny. Let's just take us a look and see. Are they also going to make the large sweep? It appears that way. Yep. Yeah, for some reason the 560's just loving this cultivator. It's actually kind of funny. They're doing 14, 15 clicks an hour. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Even 16 for a second. That is just too funny. Must be the gearing on that tractor is all wrong. Or something. Because this thing, yeah, it's just flying. While our tractors go out there and have fun doing cultivator races, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get started on the washing here. And as we start to wash all of our equipment, I'm going to be putting them into the shop too and fixing them, upgrading them, doing whatever I can. Since, you know, we had a decent harvest, and I feel like we need to, you know, just take care of our equipment as time goes on. Make sure that it lasts as long as it can. You take care of that header too, she's filthy. The cultivators are all done now, so that's fun. So we can fold those up. And it looks like we'll need to get a couple of stone pickers maybe. I think we may as well wash these too while we're at it, because they are filthy. Oh, what do you expect when you're running across the field and digging up dirt? Things are gonna get filthy, right? That's just on par for what it's worth. Yeah. All right. I'll go park this guy over here. And yeah, we were in the middle of fixing the M here. And I'm gonna see what this all needs for work. Looks like small repair, yep. And quite a big repair there, yeah. As far as power, we're good there. We got wheel weights, mud guards, attachers front and back. Quickie, yep, all of that is good. There we go, everything is done. So I'm going to cycle through the rest of my equipment in a very similar manner. Just bring everything through that I can. And everything needs to be washed, we'll wash. Everything needs to be fueled up, we'll fuel up. And yeah, we'll kind of cycle through everything. And I'll probably end up doing that kind of AFK, because you guys don't need to watch every single piece of equipment get washed. And once we're all done, we'll kind of see where we're at. So yeah, this is the part where the editor is going to cut off the video, and once he comes back on, then you'll see everything is all done. We're washing the last piece of equipment now, and I did want to point out one thing that I noticed. This 970 is a pig. Half a tank of fuel that it went through to do this cultivating and the seeding, and it's only been 2.2 hours. So yes, we put on lots of hours on it for sure, but that was a lot of fuel. So they are not joking around when they're talking about them cubic inches, are they? They really feel like they gotta justify that by all the fuel that this thing uses. Oh well, wouldn't be a farmer if I didn't complain about fuel consumption, would I? So we're just gonna put this thing in the shop right now real quick, and just check, make sure everything is tip-top shape before we put it away, and then we can end the episode. We just finished fueling already, and I'm gonna need to get a bigger shop to fix my equipment in, because my equipment's getting a little wide, to be honest. Alright, can't even really say that it's broken. Repair 80 bucks, yeah, it's all good. There we go. So I think that should be it. We've successfully done what we had set out to do. We've planted some wheat, we've done some cultivating, we've washed our equipment, we've done some maintenance. Let the winter begin. I think that is pretty good. You can see all the nice clean equipment under the shed there. All of our haying equipment. Just beautiful. And I don't put my cultivators in a shed just because there's no point really. They're just gonna get all dingy and scuffed up anyway. It's, you know, there's not much point to it. And then come spring, we'll put them into the mud right away again. So yeah, I figure there's not much point in putting it in the shed. But anyway, that's enough out of me for today. I hope you guys did enjoy my rather different episode. If you did or you didn't, either way, you can leave me a comment and let me know how you felt about that. And other than that, whoa, that was weird. Other than that, yeah, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, you know, all the common things that the YouTubers tell you to do. But till next time, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next week.